already like paid for the space themselves. Perhaps maybe they don't want to leave everything up to the down to the family, so they paid for everything, for the space, for the grave, for the you know, like in Poland we've got like a big, what is the English name for the, what is it?
Tombstone, is it you're thinking
Yes,
of?
like that, yes. So they've got that like in granite, I think, granite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their names, their birthday, and only the day of death is.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, we've got Sue
Well,
and I've done ours as well. Sue and I've done ours. We've paid for everything. I've worked out what hymns I want. Why should, you know, the family won't know what we want, what I want. So I've arranged it all, you know, and it's
So that's
the
the-
undertaker's got it with them now, right? You
Yeah.
know, so
I
That's
think
what this
so,
lady
you
did
know,
it for.
hopefully they won't need it for another 20 years.
yeah, but I think this is the rationale behind it as well from my grandparents. They are always so thoughtful of our families, and they don't want to put any pressure or any too much work on for them. So it's been like that.
Well, this lady that I went to, she wants a Salvation Army funeral, and her daughter, who's an absolute sweetheart, doesn't actually belong to the army or know anything really about, because we have got funny ways about how, you know, they do things and what have you. So she just said, would I, you know, sit with her and plan it out? But it's all right, yeah.
There's, I really like it. There's a project in North Devon somewhere, like called a Coffin Club. It started in Brighton, and now there's a couple all over the country. But there's one in North Devon, and they it's like a social club, and they come together, and over like 6 weeks they like draw pictures on their coffin and everything. They like decorate.
Oh, yes, yeah. A friend of mine did that for her mother, and they had I think it was a cardboard coffin.
Yeah.
Very eco-friendly, and then totally covered with. Everybody children put handprints on. Everybody did something on the
That's
coffin.
lovely.
That's
It's a way to like celebrate the life and make.
Yeah, that's what we do at the army.
That's what the Salvation Army does.
Life.
They don't call it death. They call it promoted to glory. And which is, my daughter thinks it's fantastic. She said, "I'm not dying, Mum. I'm going to be promoted to glory." So, but it is quite a nice. And also, I think there's always that "don't let's talk about funeral" thing, which is ridiculous because it's going to happen to everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
It's a
there's birth, death, and taxes in the middle, and it's
life.
what, my darling?
One guarantee in life.
It is, and
Yes.
you just want. I want to make sure that we have what I want. So you know, that's, which I don't blame her, and it's the doctors have said she knows she's not well, so she knows, but they've told her it's not going to be yet. So you know, that's fine. She just wants it to make sure that it's all sorted, and so we've done that. So
And she's 90.
she's great, and I mean, she wants we call them officers, which is like pastors or priests or whatever you want to call. She knows which one she wants. He's in crew now, so I've got in touch with him, and he's going to come down and do it, so that's all right. And so, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's put her mind at rest, and that's all that matters. It doesn't, you know. So yeah. Well, what a lovely start to Zoom.
I've told my kids cremation, ashes at sea, and a big party with loads of champagne.
Oh, well, there you go. Excuse me. Apart from the champagne, it sounds lovely. Yes.
Wow, pass the champagne. Stella.
No, I think it's really great. I know, you know, especially if you've got to a decent age and had a pretty good life, I think it's worth celebrating. I don't, you know.
Definitely. Yeah. Anyway, to change the subject, I've been swimming again.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
And slightly damp hair still. But yeah.
Is that in the
feel
sea
good.
or is it in a pool?
It's in a pool. They do these. I have various mobility problems, and they do water mobility with a physiotherapist there. So you do what you can do, and they help or suggest things. So I'm improving after lockdown and being. I did go in the sea over lockdown in desperation.
That's good, because they say, don't they, when you've got any sort of, you know, bone or joint or anything, that, you know, this, because it keeps you the weight off it, doesn't it? Whatever's wrong, you can sort of exercise it.
Yeah. Well, during lockdown, I tried doing gym stuff, and I used weights that I used to use. I worked out how long afterwards, after I'd hurt my back doing it. So to get back to hydrotherapy is much better. Yeah.
We've got.
You forget after a few
Aggie,
years
is
you
your
wear out. Yeah.
Sorry, who was saying?
No, I was just
Aggie.
saying. Go on, Mark. Go on, Sue.
Aggie, is your mouth better?
I'll leave it
can't-
open, David.
I can't hear you guys. Say it again, please.
Aggie, is your mouth better? Your tooth? You had a tooth out last week.
Yes, it's much better. No, I didn't have my tooth out. It was just like surgery. Yeah, but it was like my tooth had like very sharp edges, and it was actually hurting my gums and stuff. So it had to be repaired because it was like a old surgery type of stuff done like previously when I was like a child. So yeah, but thank you for asking. Speaking of dentist, we're going to the dentist tomorrow with I'm going to dentist tomorrow with my daughters, with Mela and Lily, to Paynton, because their dentist is based in Paynton. Mine is in Exeter.
I go to Paynton to the dentist.
You have a Polish dentist?
Well, this dentist in Paynton is Polish.
Mine's Polish. He's so nice.
So
he's
mine's
lovely man.
Polish.
Yeah.
They are really good Polish dentists in Devon, I must say. But this one in Paynton is our good friend. His wife is my best friend. So that's why all my family, my husband and my kids, they go there. But I feel quite uncomfortable to do that. So I choose to have a different independent dentist from Exeter. Yeah, it's because it's personal, isn't it? And I'm like
yeah. I wouldn't change my dentist for anything. I'm petrified of dentists.
Yeah, me
exactly.
too.
You have your dentist for life.
Yeah.
And it was quite difficult.
Ours is Jarek.
Where?
Our dentist is Polish. He's called Jarek.
Jarek, okay. Very common Polish name.
Is it?
Yeah, but I don't know many Polish I know only 2, I think, Polish dentists.
Which one do you go to, Sue?
Me?
Where?
No, Sue Crellin.
In Victoria.
Sue.
No, me. Where our Sue works? In Victoria Road.
Oh, right.
Is it in Exmouth?
Yes. Yeah.
Hi.
There used to be 2 Polish ones there, Jarek and Greghorn.
Grzegorz? Gregory?
He's called Greghorn, the other one.
Oh, okay.
You know, Greghorn, they used to call him. I think he was called. But he's gone to Exeter.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone else been up to anything today?
We've
just
done
saying, I'm like,
funerals, we've
dentists.
done funerals, illnesses and dentists. We're doing great.
Glenn, what about you? Tell us something positive, please.
Oh, me?
Yes, please.
Lovely.
I just wanted to ask Harry a question, actually.
Oh yeah.
The little questionnaire last week.
Yeah.
Filled it in, and I think I've sent it in. Do you know if I have or I haven't?
Oh,
I
it's
just pressed done at the end. Is that enough?
yes.
Yes.
The Survey Monkey one.
Okay. Mhm.
Brilliant. Is it the Survey Monkey that the questionnaire about the future topics of the Zoom sessions? Is that what you saying, Glenys?
There we go.
I think just what it was.
Great.
That would have been it.
It was a smallish one.
Harry.
Yes.
Hello, Mike. Yeah.
Thanks, Glenys. Thanks for doing that as well.
So, Mike, perfect. Do you want to? Can you see us all? Okay.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And
Is that me?
no, there's
Mike.
Mike.
He's looking a bit.
He's
a
looking
little-
puzzled. Yeah.
Mike, can you hear us?
No.
No, you can't hear us.
Yeah,
Hello,
well,
Mike.
you've joined the right group. It's going to be one of those afternoons.
Okay. Can you see us, Mike?
Oh, you just muted yourself, Mike.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
sorry.
Mike, I
You're
spoke
all
to
right now.
yesterday. For his first ever Zoom call with me yesterday, so he's still definitely got tech
He's learning.
problems. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
I tell you what, we have a
That's
problem.
it.
Well, Mike, you can hear us now, and we can hear you.
Hear
Just
us
say
now.
hello.
Say hello. Say something.
No sound.
Yeah, we can
We can hear you.
I don't think he can see us because otherwise he'd see us cheering.
That's why he looks so happy.
Mike,
Be nice.
can you see us, Mike?
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just playing. Wouldn't change it. Couldn't change it, I don't think.
Mike, we can see you and we can hear you. I wonder if you can see us as well, because I know that you can hear us. Can you hear us, Mike?
I'm going to give him a call, okay? So I'm going to mute myself and phone him.
Very faintly.
Here he is.
I've got very little sound coming through.
Okay, so maybe that's why. Why won't you
Put
try
down your volume
to
switch.
put the
Put your
volume?
switch up.
Sorry, I can't lip read.
Oh.
I can't hear you.
Harry, why won't you call Mike and maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I'm gonna phone
Sounds
him.
like.
help is coming, Mike. SOS is coming, Mike. Help is coming. Harry is going to call you, Mike.
Our third emergency service is on its
I like
way.
the actions, but I don't know what it means.
There he is.
Harry, hurry up! Hurry up! Oh my God,
go,
Harry,
go.
hurry up! It's tongue twisting.
That's difficult to say.
I know. I never know how to pronounce his name correctly. Harry, hurry up.
That'll do. Harry.
Harry. What's the difference between Harry and Harry?
An A and a
Harry
U.
with an A and then Harry with a U. Harry.
I know, but when you say that, do you
Harry
hear
and Harry.
the difference?
I hear it
Yes,
differently, yes.
I don't. The same with
Definitely.
like Turkey, whichever it is. Like a country, a bird, and a town.
Okay.
So for me, it's the same. Turkey.
You need some English lessons, lady.
No.
I think she does fantastically. I'd like to speak
She cut you off, Harry.
English as well as she speaks English. Crikey.
Thank you so much. I know that you're very kind to me.
He didn't want the call to interrupt the meeting.
I found the problem.
No
Hey!
problem.
Oh,
Well
God.
done.
What was it? Was it Harry calling you?
He's found a problem.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
I've got Bluetooth earphones, and I think it's coming through on them.
Hey.
Oh, you'll have to put them on then.
Or plug them out.
Stick it in your thingy.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
You don't want to miss any of it, Mike.
Mike,
Gold. It's comedy gold.
hopefully you're not overwhelmed by us, like lots of things going on at the same time. But it's so nice to see you. This is my first time I meet you, but I think you've spoken to Harry. But would you mind introducing yourself to our lovely group and maybe telling us something about yourself? Or maybe it happened already last week, I don't know.
I don't think he can hear us.
He can't hear us.
I don't think he
No
can
need
hear
to
us.
shout now. I
He's
can
not
hear
hearing
you.
us.
You can hear us. Okay, Mike.
The problem was the Bluetooth earphones.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
I can see you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Good
brilliant.
afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
Where are you from?
Mike,
Mike, where are you from? And tell us something about yourself, please.
well, that was my dramatic entrance.
We're so happy to have you here.
Do you want to? Can you just say a little bit about yourself, Mike? Where are
Yeah.
you?
Name is Mike Middleton. You might know my cousin Kate. No, unfortunately, it's not my cousin Kate, is it? I'm 81 years old. Earlier this year, lost my wife after 61 years of marriage, and struggling to come to terms and get back to life. But I have moved recently to Bideford, to sheltered accommodation on the estuary, not literally on the estuary, but by the estuary. So this has sort of given me a new start in life, hopefully.
Good.
Lovely.
And in the process of having counselling and the NHS, then I was advised to contact Harry and join the afternoon club.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And
You're
well done for doing it, because
You're
lots of
welcome.
people are told to do these things, but they don't actually do it. So well done. We're very strange, but we've got good hearts. You know.
Well, let me just say that I started to try and get on Zoom at 1:45. So I haven't done bad. It's took
No,
half an
you're
hour.
all right. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well done.
Can you tell us
I could have.
what do you like to do with your? What do you have any interests or hobbies or anything, Mike? What?
Well, unfortunately, my world's been turned upside down. So the world of hobbies have really disappeared because the last couple of years looking after my wife, or my daughter looking after me and my wife, has consumed my life totally. And it's only since moving to Bideford that I've been able to take a breath and look at the outside world. And I've only been in this property for a month and 2 days. So I haven't really had time to gather myself together after a traumatic year.
Yeah, we understand that. So it's
Have you met nice people around where you're living now?
Yes, obviously with the virus scenario, then meeting people is not easy.
No.
And when you do meet people, in theory, you're at a distance, and it's not normal.
yeah.
No, it isn't. I've just spent, well, the best part of 10 years looking after my aunt to varying degrees. She died at the end of last year. And suddenly I've got time on my hands, but I can't go out and meet people very easily. So I know the sort of feeling. Very frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's It's become very lonely. It's because after 81 years of living under a roof with somebody else, whether it be your parents or your wife, your family, so forth, suddenly there's nobody. And this I'm mentally struggling to get to terms with, that you shut the door and there's nobody with you.
Yeah.
But there are millions over the country suffering that problem, so I'm not saying it's relevant to me, but it's very strange to me for the first time in 81 years.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it any easier for you just because of all those other people. And I think you're really good for joining, because something like this, I think, is non-threatening. You know, you can sort of, nobody minds if you come in half an hour late or go half an hour. You know, it's not, it doesn't matter. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But this is quite nice, joining people like this. You know, you're not actually joining, you know, right physically with them, if you see what I mean. And
you're not committed. You're not committed.
And I think it's really nice for people that, you know, it's because it's hard, for goodness sake. And I think you're brilliant for coming. I think it's great. You'll like it. And for goodness sake, Harry needs another man on here, because it's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, the estrogen that floods around here. So poor Harry, testosterone going on there, bless him.
Like me and you can be quiet together.
In my defence, I did start a quarter of an hour early, at 1:45.
So did I. I've actually got it on my computer, which is rather ancient, but it means I've got a bigger screen to fit more people in. Last time was my first time, and I used the iPad, and I was flipping backwards and forwards. It's very quick to get on, but this computer, I started at 1:45 as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, the one that's quick to get on is the one I need. Then obviously this is a laptop, but it's it's nothing. It's nothing to do with that. It's unfortunately an 81-year-old mind with modern technology still trying to deal with an abacus. So that's where the problem lies. Hopefully,
anyway,
I'll start an hour earlier next time, and I'll be there at the beginning, perhaps.
You'll get better with practice.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, I haven't heard from a few of you. How are yourself, Julia? How's your week been? You been up to much in particular, or?
No, not very much, but I had friends round on Sunday, which was nice, because he comes in and his wife and 2 children, and he does the cooking. So Sunday I can finish the service and come in and you know, sit down to a roast and 2 veg, and it's lovely. Yes, and to have the people in the house.
How'd you get a friend like that, Julia? Crikey.
Oh, he's too much. Well, actually, what happened was that just before the service, and it's on Zoom, you know, and I'd had my iPad upgraded overnight, like they tell you to, plugged it in. I said they were upgrades, and when they'd upgraded it, it messed up with the Zoom, and so I had no Zoom. So yeah, I rang my friend at 10 o'clock. I didn't think he'd appreciate me ringing him at 7 and let him know what the problem was. So he leapt out of bed and came over, plus his chopping board and his knives, to cook lunch for us at the same time. So I got into the service after all. Yeah, but
brilliant.
He's a lovely friend. He really is. He'd help anybody. Yes. Yeah. And his wife comes to the house group, so I know them all both very well. Yeah. Yeah.
How about yourself?
That's the sort of highlight of my week, I think. Except my spider's still there on my window.
Oh, nice.
He's got a name now. He's called Henry.
Oh,
I know it's silly, but I can look up every morning in the dining room and look it up and see, "Hi, Henry." And when it's pouring with rain and the web is going like mad because it's up against the thing, he just pulls his legs in and stays there, and then he spreads them out when there's a bit more sunshine. It's silly how small things count, don't they?
Yeah.
Like going in a garden and finding bees when you think they've all gone back to their hives. Yeah.
Thanks, Julia. Tovi, how are you? We didn't hear from you yet today.
Me?
Yes, how are you? What's your highlight?
Awful.
Really?
Yeah. Can't speak this. You can't see people. It's awful. I used to go to my son's on a Sunday for Sunday lunch. And now he's got his family coming, and there'll be too many of us.
Oh.
So now he brings my dinner down.
Oh, I see.
That's not the same, is it?
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Do you think that the all COVID restriction and changes made a difference to your lives, guys? Because now it's like it was the lockdown, and now we don't have a lockdown. We've got different rules. Has this affected you in a more positive way, or didn't make any difference, or maybe it made a positive difference? Like Tovi, looks like that it's even worse than before, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, but they are going to have a vote on that in the next day or so, because a lot of the MPs don't like the number of 6 and they don't like the 10 o'clock curfew. So they're going to be voting on both of those. So it might come off again, Tovi, and then you'd be able to go to Sunday lunch.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah.
Does your son come round in sort of any other times, or is it just on the Sunday he's coming?
Just on a Sunday. He's got his family living there with 4 children, because
So he's busy.
they had to get out of the house they were in. There was drug addicts living next door, and they were throwing syringes and things in over the wall where the children were.
Oh gosh.
So they've given up the house and gone and live with my son. And they've got a 2-bedroom house. They've got 2 adults and 4 children.
Oh.
It's terrible.
That is
That's
hard.
very hard.
So I don't know.
Sounds.
Is it a temporary situation, you think? Are they looking for another flat?
Oh yeah, they've got to wait now. They've got to get on a list and see how many points they've got to be able to get a house.
Yes.
It sounds like you must want to help them, but I guess not much you can do to help them either.
Nothing I can do, really. I'm too old. You can't really do anything.
How old are the kids?
They're from 13 down to 20-odd months.
So little.
22 months, yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't be counted in the 6, the little ones.
Not
really.
the tiny ones shouldn't. Not the little
No, they're not, are they? They're not counted.
They are here.
Yes, they are in England, but not in Scotland.
No,
And
but
I
when
think
they're
that will
under 2,
change.
Oh,
I think under 2 they shouldn't be counted as a. I don't. That's counted as a person. That sounds rude, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. They are. I know they are people, but you know what I mean.
They shouldn't be counted because they don't go out and mix, do they?
No.
There you go.
Hopefully it's going to be better, but Tovi, I would really wish the situation will improve.
Yeah.
But thank you for sharing this situation, this with us as well. It must be quite difficult, so I really hope it will change. But I presume it was a good decision that they actually left that house, because it was dangerous for them. So
it was, yeah.
Maybe it's less space now for them, but they feel safer and happier.
Yeah.
I think this is the positive outcome as well.
Yeah. So
Sad.
So,
it's a sad old world we live in. And
Mm.
Well, on a lighter note, last week I got a 50% voucher off for Toby Carvery, and I do love a gravy dinner. So we went off and we had a Toby Carvery dinner, and I tell you what, it's brilliant. I know it's only a Toby, but you're getting out and having a lunch. And my husband, who likes to go large on most things, he had a king size roast. I had just the veg because I like all the vegetables. I just had the vegetable one, and he had just some Coke and I had water. It was £11 for the two of us. Now, I mean, that's silly, isn't it, really? But it was lovely. Then, was it Monday? No, over the weekend. We got another 50% one and said, this is your last chance. I don't think they knew we'd been. And they've got another one. So guess where are you going tomorrow for lunch? And I think he won't be having a king size because I think his eyes were bigger than his belly when he saw it coming. But anyway, so I think it might be even less. But honestly, when it's £10 or £11, it isn't actually worth you going out and buying all the stuff and cooking it and all the rest of it, really. So that's really our treat, because that's much more than we would normally have in, like a big dinner like that. But I thought, well, so that's good. Yeah, they're thinking of us old devils. So I'm just bringing the mood up a bit. There are some good things happening out there, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where you've got pork and beef and chicken and salmon and everything on the same plate.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not doing. You can't go and do it yourself. Normally, you went and dished it up yourself, but you can't now.
Oh yeah, you have to have it served up.
And so they give you. I went to the one at Lympstone because which is the nearest for us, and they give you a sheet of paper. I thought, oh blimey, I'm getting a test, which would have been awful, but it's not. You have to tick whatever square of the stuff that you want, and then one of the chef people, he dishes it up. Well, I tell you what, it's served up beautifully. Normally when I bring it, it looks like a child's done it, because it's all sort of heaped up. Yeah, quite. And but yeah, it was absolutely delicious. And because usually we used to have it with the meat, because I had a doggy, and I used to sort of give most of the meat to him when we came home, because he liked a Toby, and but because we haven't got a dog anymore, I didn't bother having the meat, so that was good. All just veggies, which was lovely. I love it.
That's the joy of going out to dinner when you're cooking for one or two. I'm cooking for one. You get a selection of things that you wouldn't dream of doing for yourself.
No,
or you'd be having the same thing for the whole week. Yeah. I'm out to lunch tomorrow. I haven't ventured out to lunch. That's the third time since March. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. As much for the selection of things as going out, really.
Yeah.
Just
what were you going to say, Sue?
I've got my personal.
Yeah, you have.
I've got my cook. Yeah, and she does a good selection. She does a lot of batch cooking, so we have a good selection. We had sweet and sour chicken today. We had steak yesterday. A pork on Sunday.
They got too much money, that lot.
Oh, I'm blessed.
Perhaps they have small portions.
Yeah, Sue's sister Marg, up in the top right-hand corner, is the most fantastic cook. She used to be the chef for our lunch club at the Salvation Army, and people were actually to the point of licking their plates when she puts anything on them, because it's always so delicious.
Yeah.
So yeah, and cakes.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. And she's really slim. I want to smack her.
How about yourself, Glenys? How was your week? Have you been up to much in particular?
I go out for lunch twice a week with friends, with a couple of So which we did last week. I'm out tomorrow again with them. So that's nice. And then yesterday I went to IKEA with my son and his wife, so daughter-in-law. So that was nice. I haven't been for so many years. I used to go to the one near Leeds, but I've only been there about 3 times ever. So it was quite a different outing yesterday. So we had a bit of lunch there as well. So that was nice.
Did you have meatballs there?
Oh, no, but my son did. I didn't. I had a vegetarian one, although I'm not completely vegetarian.
Did you go to Exeter one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so you were really close to me and Harry, because we live like 10 minutes from IKEA.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Yes. That's where
we don't live together, but we live quite close to each other as well.
Yes, yes. I wanted a new rug, but I didn't see one I wanted, unfortunately. So.
It's exhausting, IKEA. You start to go around and.
Pardon?
It's exhausting to go around. I mean.
Yes, it was tiring. My son and my daughter-in-law, near the end, I said, just go on and have a look on your own. And there's a chair there. I'm going to just sit there for 10 minutes. But we have been on our feet all the time, apart from when we ate. But you couldn't just have morning coffee, which we're looking forward to when we got there, because of the rules now. So we just had a drink with our lunch. But, I enjoyed it very much, yes. It was nice.
I like IKEA.
It's a good place. It's a good place for an outing, isn't it? It's like you don't even need to buy anything around. Oh, clever!
Yeah.
That's clever.
It's used to be childcare.
Children there.
Was that Sue? What was that, Sue?
I said a lot of parents take their youngsters there so they can run around inside and get the energy, get rid of all their energy.
But
and
also,
then they kill for quite cheap.
But also, it's free childcare. You can put your child up to 1 hour into the play area.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but not. I don't think it's any longer like that.
No, COVID rules.
We've not been since the lockdown.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we were supposed to have a quiz. Do we still want to have a quiz? Because we only have like 20 minutes left.
Oh, let's have a quiz.
Yeah.
Mike, this is where they sort out the men from the boys, love.
I'll watch
I'm expecting
from the
full marks.
sidelines.
She's still there.
Okay, so each of you were supposed to prepare like 3 questions. Am I right? Because I wasn't there last week.
No, I wasn't. How many questions do you want? How many did you want, Harry?
2 or 3. 3, I guess.
All right.
And we'll see how
I've done
well we get
3.
on. So who's got questions?
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Sue, one of the Sues. Sue Crellin, do you want to go?
Yeah. Right, my 3 questions. I don't know if you've all noticed that old-fashioned names have come popular now with the youngsters. So I've selected 3 names, old names, and I want you to see if you know what they mean. The first name, the meaning of the name. The first name is Arthur. What's the meaning of Arthur?
I wonder why you chose that
You
name.
write it down. I wonder why. The second one is Ada. That's A-D-A.
Sounds Welsh.
A-G-A?
A-D.
D for David.
Oh, Ada. Yes, fair enough.
Ada. And the last one is Jessie.
Like Jessica or Jessie is different?
Jessie. Just Jessie.
Wow.
Good questions. I like it.
Yeah.
No,
Yummy.
So does anyone have
Do you want the answers?
Yeah. Does it?
Do you
I
want
don't
the
know.
answers?
I don't know.
Right.
Someone know?
Arthur.
King.
King Arthur.
No, noble. It's nearly right. Noble or courageous.
Oh, well.
No. Asia is prosperous and happy.
Oh, lovely.
And I got happy. Oh, you got happy. All right. And Jesse is God has been gracious.
Right.
Because there's a Jesse in the Bible. That must have been it then.
And I'll let you into a secret. That's my second name. And I would never tell anybody until about 20 years ago when it came back into fashion.
What, Jesse?
Because I hated it. Yeah, it's my second name, yeah.
Is it?
I used to hate it. It's a family name. It's gone down from generation to generation.
I think yourself lucky
Margaret's
you've got a
daughter's
second name.
just,
I haven't.
Me neither. I don't have a second name.
How about yourself, Sue?
Yeah.
Sue, you
I
had
hated
another
it.
set of questions. Sue, do you want to go next? You had another set of questions. Sorry to press on.
Yeah, maybe we can ask one question each, so we have time for each of us to.
No, I think we have time. I think we have time for 3 questions. We just have to do them.
Move it on.
Okay, then let's do it. Let's try.
Oh, look at him. He's getting his testosterone going, isn't he? Oh, sticking ahead. Yeah, I think we can do it.
What's your second one?
We can do it. We can do it. Yeah.
Is that 3 questions in one, or have you got a second question, Sue?
That was my 3 questions.
That was your 3.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
Oh, I see. Right.
So, Sue Earle, do you want to give us a go?
I don't know whether you can do this. Where do you find pink dolphins?
Pink?
Pink.
Oh.
I'll give you a clue. Pink river dolphins.
Oh, I got an idea.
Oh.
America? Put this down to
Okay.
Don't know.
Shall I give the answer?
Yeah.
The Amazon.
Oh, right.
There are a couple of Asian rivers that also have them, but they're loads in the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to see them a couple of years ago.
Oh, lovely.
And swam with them.
No way.
Is it just white? Is it just pink underbellies?
No, they're pink. They can be all pink, or they can have mostly pink with little bits of pale grey, and very long noses, and they're really friendly and fun. They're quite big.
My Amazon man just brings parcels. You don't have anything to do with dolphins, but there you go.
It was a bucket list thing. I always wanted to go to the Amazon, so I did.
Yeah, good for you.
Quite mad.
What's your second question? So that I cannot know the answer to that. Go
on. What's a cenote?
Who?
A cenote.
How do you spell it?
How do you spell it?
Cenote.
Cenote. Give us a clue. Is it an animal or a?
It's a place.
Oh.
A geological structure type place. There are quite a few in the world.
I'm going to cheat.
I just looked at it as well.
You're looking it up.
I'm going to cheat.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yes, yeah, that's right. They're pools that go right down under the ground, and then they're all joined up by caves.
Wow.
And the caves are known as cenotes. And the water's clear as crystal with stalactites.
Mike, when you do the quiz, love, you've got to look out. They're all flipping cheats on here. They're all looking up on their Google.
But look, guys, I show you how it looks like. It looks lovely. Where is it?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've gone again.
Oh, look.
Oh, cenotes. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to go on a YouTube.
Yucatan cenote. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's lovely.
They're beautiful. I've not been in one, but they're stunning. It's something I would have liked to have done if I was a lot younger.
Oh,
Well, you've got next year. Do that.
Do you have one more question for us, Sue?
The city on the Amazon. What's the city on the Amazon? It's been in the news recently, so that's an easier one. On
Top of
general
the screen,
knowledge.
Aggie.
yeah, I'm trying to. I don't. Something
Top of the
happened.
screen
I
is
can't-
red.
Oh yes, stop share. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's all.
The city on the Amazon, I've not got a clue.
Yeah.
Was
Brazil.
it Brazil town?
It's featured a lot with the COVID news from Brazil.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Sao Paulo?
Manaus.
No.
Manaus. People were dying like flies, and I'd been there not very long ago, so it was horrendous to see. They couldn't dig graves fast enough.
Mm.
And it's quite a civilized city, but the medical side, that was that horrible president who followed Trump's example and wouldn't do any COVID protection at all. He's the one that's encouraging them to burn up the Amazon forests as well. He's not a nice man. Anyway, something I'm
Got
into.
3.
Go for it, Mark.
I've got 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I ask my questions?
Yes, please.
What was in the UK? What was the average height of a woman in 2018? Was it 5'3", 5'4", or 5'4.5"? The average height of a woman.
I think it was 5'4".
5'4.5".
That's what I've put.
I put 5'4.5". Yeah.
What is it, Mark?
Glennie said 5.4.
5'3" inches.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was surprised with that. Yeah.
Which in centimeters is how much?
Ah,
Don't ask things like that.
Centimeters.
Yeah.
What on earth's wrong with
1.615.
150?
In centimeters, it's 1.61. Yeah, the average height of a woman in 1918. So I must be at 5'8.5". I must be very tall.
Yeah, you're an Amazonian, you are, crikey.
I've got like 160 centimeters, so I'm almost like there. A part of
Yeah,
one
yeah.
How tall are you?
I thought when I see younger people and, you know, teenagers and that, they always look tall.
I was going to say, all the younger ones are miles high, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Margaret's
Average.
Margaret's daughter's 6 foot, but she says she's 5'13".
Yeah.
Okay, next question then,
And
guys.
my second question, in 2018, what was the average weight of a woman?
Oh, God.
What was the?
Average
It's
weight.
either 11 stone, 11 stone 1, or 11 stone 1.5.
11.
It depends whether they included me in that. I'd say 11 stone.
11 stone 1.
11 stone.
Stella and Julia are right, 11 stone.
Yes! Oh, I love to get one.
And the
That's
third,
awful. I mean, if the average is 5'3"
and
and
the
11
third
stone,
question,
you know, turn sideways, you've got.
Well, that's why they're saying there's a lot of obesity, you see, and there is.
Yes.
I am proof.
and the question. What colour is the live wire in a 13 amp plug?
Oh, I know that one.
Is it blue? It's either blue or brown.
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 Brown now.
Yeah.
It used to be red, hadn't it? But
I like Harry's
Yeah.
answer. Either blue or brown, either dead or alive.
Yeah, it's one or the other. 50-50.
You can soon find out, can't you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's brown.
I'm either going to be
It's
killed or
brown.
not.
yeah,
Brown. It used to be red.
yeah.
I can't see why they changed
So that's
it.
my
'cause
three
red's-
questions.
Red's the sort of colour of danger, isn't it?
You think it's because people are colourblind?
Well, I
Is that
don't
right?
it make
It
brown,
could
blue,
be,
or
yeah.
pink.
But I'm interested that you don't know how to change a plug, Harry.
I do. I just don't know how to do it safely.
Okay, okay.
Nowadays, you buy
When-
everything with plug.
I'll tell you something. When I left school first, I worked for an electrical firm in the office. And when some of the electricians had a quiet moment, they used to come in the office and show me how to wire a plug and do different things like that. And it's come in handy all my life, for the rest of
My
my
dad's,
life. So.
They're the things they should teach at school because that's more handy than algebra.
I used to
Yeah.
teach that at guides. I expected one of the challenges for the guides.
Oh,
I used to
dib,
say,
dib, dog.
you've got to wire a plug,
Yeah.
and they had to go home and get their parents to show them how to do it. Yeah, and a little note to say they had done it. But I mean, for a 12-year-old, it's quite difficult to get those wires and things and screw it and so on. But I thought, yeah, you've got to teach children those sort of things early on, haven't you?
Yeah.
My dad's an electrician, and it's one of these ones that sadly he didn't have the common sense, let's say, to know how to explain things to a child. You know what I mean? I wish I knew more, but he would just be like, well, you get a 5 mil blah blah blah, and you thread it through an 18 mil socket wrench and blah blah blah. You're like all the technical language.
It's gone.
It was just like too much. But it's such a shame because I wish, considering my dad's an electrician, I do not know enough about it. I'm okay, but yeah.
These are all the things that the kids could have been learning while they've been on lockdown and not been able to go to school. You know, how to iron a t-shirt, or because there's nothing. I mean, my grandson's 11, so he's quite old enough to be able to do ironing, because that'll teach him how you get burnt, because it's the only way you're going to do it, is burn yourself, and then you realise you've got to be a bit careful. And no, they don't do it. They get sent lessons, but I think a few life lessons might have been a good idea. But
Do we have any more questions? We've probably got time for one more question.
Right, I've got a few. Should I just throw a few in?
Right, fire them out, Stan. Go for it.
All right. What was the name of the tower block that Del Boy and Rodney Trotter lived in Only Fools and Horses?
Oh dear.
Before he became a millionaire.
Is it like an animal? Is it named after a horse or something?
No. It's named after a famous person.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Mandela. Yeah.
Nelson Mandela House.
You see,
Were they not the most
Harry's
fantastic
watching
pair?
techniques? Yeah.
Did you see the very sad news that Nicholas Linda's son's died? Oh, it's awful.
Yes.
You know, the one that was Rodney. He's only, what was he, 19, 20, and he was ill and he died. Oh, it was awful. Right. Anyway, which two country music singers sang Islands in the Stream? Islands in the Stream, that is where we are. That one.
Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton.
Wow, Mike, you're the winner.
I'll take the hat off and come out the corner.
Yeah. Well done, my man. You see?
What a sad life I've led.
Yeah, well, I hate to tell you, but I knew it as well, even before I got this on here. Right, last one. Which US state was Donald Trump born in, and where I'd like to send him back to? What in the United States, basically, where was he born?
In a hospital.
Think of somewhere where it's really big. Yeah.
Texas.
I was thinking of Texas.
New York.
Oh.
You can imagine him in New York, can't you? Because he's a bit idiot.
Yes.
But I'm not going to get political. He's just a fool.
So that's us for today.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, Glenys. Go.
Oh, sorry, Glenys. I didn't realise. I'm sorry.
Okay. The Pendle witches lived in Lancashire. In which castle were they hung?
Oh gosh.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
York.
Leeds.
No, it's in Lancashire.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Leeds is not in Lancashire, is it now?
No, Yorkshire.
Lancaster.
Yes, well done.
Lancaster.
Glenys, you're really
We've been
good
there.
at history, aren't you?
I like history.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Who was the fourth wife of Henry VIII?
Catherine somebody.
No.
Oh.
And
He had a couple of them, so I thought I might be lucky.
Three
Yes,
of them,
it is.
actually.
Helen.
That was his first and his fifth.
Anne.
Yes.
Boleyn.
No.
Oh,
Seymour.
Bottoms.
Anne of Cleves.
Yes.
Anne of Cleves,
Yeah.
then. She was the other
Anne of
one.
Cleves.
please, yeah.
Right. The last one,
Yes,
Anne
three C's, two A's
Boleyn.
and something else. Yeah.
Who?
Anne Boleyn was brought up in which castle?
Anne Boleyn.
Yes.
Windsor.
No.
No.
Where's another?
Leeds.
No, but you're getting nearer.
York.
Oh, I don't know. I'm no good at geography. Where's Leeds?
Leeds Castle is in the same county as this
Kent.
one.
Kent.
That's in Kent.
Oh, that's
so
Kent then.
It is in Kent, yes. Leeds
Canterbury. Canterbury.
No.
Canterbury.
No.
No, you're wrong, Marks. Just give in, love.
She was born in
You know, I never give in.
Hever Castle.
Where?
Hever.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
he-
Hever.
Castle.
yeah.
I have been, yes. Very
They were
nice.
good. They were good
Can you see
questions.
that? I've got a pen here with Hever Castle on.
Oh wow.
Oh, have you? Yes. Well, you
Yes,
should have known it then.
Well, you should have 2 points then, because nobody's ever brought a show and tell before as an answer.
Yeah, my
Has
pen's
anyone
got Hever
else?
Castle on.
Anyone else has questions?
No, they were all
Well,
good though, weren't they?
I've got questions. I don't know anybody else, has he?
Okay.
Julia.
Who's going?
Go you, Julia.
Yeah, okay. How many notes are there on a piano?
Don't know.
Too many.
Sorry?
Too many. Too many.
8.
32.
88.
Of course.
68.
Yeah.
Big thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought it was like do re, mi, fa, sol, and
White.
When you have a photograph taken now,
52 white.
sorry?
36 black. 52 white and 36 black.
Have you looked that up?
No, she knows that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done. Well, they just said notes. They didn't anything else. Yeah. Before we started cheese, you know, you have a photo and everybody says cheese. Well, in 1880, they said something else up to when we started using cheese. Do anybody know what they said?
Prunes.
They didn't smile,
Prunes,
did
well
they?
done, yeah. And
Prunes.
which country? Prunes, yes. Why prunes? I have no idea. Because it doesn't even look like a smile, does it? Yep.
Well, because it made your cheeks go in. Prunes. So it makes you look sort of like.
Doesn't make me look like anything. Which European country has 158 verses to their national anthem?
Oh
the region of Poland.
Serbia.
Germany.
Serbia.
No.
No.
Serbia.
Switzerland.
You want the answers?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Greece.
No way.
Greece Greece has
Greece.
got 158 verses to their national anthem. They don't sing them all.
Why
That's,
not?
So thank you,
yeah,
Julia.
I know.
Thank
Have
you.
you ever been to
I
a
got
Greek?
2 right this time. That's brilliant for me, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got 2 right.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
I got-
2 right.
So did I.
Glenys, what about you? How many did you have right?
I think just the one.
Thank you. What about you, Tovi?
No, none.
Same like me. Mike, you?
I managed the one, so I haven't got the hat on in the corner.
Oh, that's no, you're
There's 3 of
fantastic.
you. There's 3 of you with 1. Yes.
Well done, guys. Well done, everyone.
Well,
Can I just share something very quickly? I just want to share this. Can you see that?
Oh, there they
Oh,
are.
they're the pink
Oh.
dolphins.
Oh, lovely.
Gorgeous.
Oh, look.
Really lovely.
They really
They
are
almost,
pink, aren't
they look like albinos dolphins.
I mean, that one's not real, surely. The one on the left.
No.
No,
No,
I
I
think
don't
that might,
think
I think
so,
that might have been Photoshop, that one.
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, they're
I
not
played with
albinos.
those. I
Brilliant.
was in the water playing with those.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, hang on, that's somewhere else Sue's going to go. She's going
No, I've been.
That was where you
Yeah.
fought with the pink dolphins. Oh,
Yeah, in the Amazon.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to go to the Amazon. I looked it up, saw there was a trip, and I booked it, and then thought, oh my gosh, now what am I doing? But I took my mask and snorkel, and the
Nice.
dolphins found that interesting. So they all came to me because
Yes,
I
they're a nosy lot.
put my
No.
face in the water along with them. They were curious.
how lovely.
And they let me stay in longer with them because
That's
of
nice.
it. It was brilliant.
So have you enjoyed it, Mike? Have you enjoyed being with
Yes,
us?
yes, it's nice to listen to women talk. You know, it's
Oh, I'm sorry that we don't do it very often. Well, we'll have to see you next week. It's nice to have another bloke on board.
Yes.
We get a bit bored
Yeah.
with Harry because he doesn't know anything about like back in the day.
I don't know anything about much.
He has to look it up on his
And I'm
own.
foreign, so I don't know either.
No, and Aggie's from abroad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, we,
no, look, I've got a blood test at the surgery at 3:15. So
oh,
okay.
blood test. This is better than a blood test. You're all right.
Mike, before you go, Mike, I also wanted to say that next week we have a topic. We've already arranged a topic for you guys with someone from home instead. This is like a charity. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago we've had a really lovely girl joining us called Ria? So it's her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her organization offered us some topics to include in our session. So next week, her boss will be talking to us about scams awareness. So he will be highlighting new and local scams with advice on how to remain safe on the internet. So I thought it would be something interesting for us because lots of people from our experience didn't want to join Zoom because when they started downloading Zoom, lots of scams started happening to them, like adverts, and it actually caused some anxiety in a couple of people, so they never joined us. But also it's a really nice, interesting topic in a way to to feel safe when searching on the internet.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How's Liz, the writer lady? Is she any better?
She's better. She's in Wales right now. I thought she will join us today for a little bit of, session as well to kind of check on how we're doing with our poems. But she will join us in 2 weeks' time, I think, or 3 weeks' time, because she's in Wales right now. But
good. I'm glad she's better because I heard that she was.
She's getting better. Yes.
If Mike can't join us next week, he can get it on your website, can't he?
Yes.
If he's wanted. Yes. Yeah. So Mike, if you happen to be
hopefully
unable
I'll be
to.
hopefully I'll be here next week. It's whether I get to the surgery in time is the question.
Well, lovely to
Oh, you better go. You better go. But
and we'll see you next.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for an entertaining afternoon.
That's all right. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Take care.